I'm a true champion.
What's up YouTube? Dale here from Zephyr Games. I hope you like that different kind of introduction. It probably kind of saved us a bit of time here as well. So as you saw, we're doing Dark Magician test hands. We're going to be going 2 first and 2 second, and I'm going to show you what this version of the deck can do. It just gives it a more full-on lockout and a more full-on aggression play as well. So with that said and done, please smash the like button, hit the notification bell and subscribe so you do not miss out on any more videos like this. After a very decent shuffle and a good old cut, our opening hand of 5 for this test hand will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Broken beyond belief. Oh, then go back to the bottom. Broken beyond belief. So the way this is going to work from here is absolutely insane. You're going to use your jet synchron. Yes, it is susceptible. If my opponent does stop my jet synchron plays, I am in a bit of trouble. But what this will do for me is this will actually allow me to extend a little bit further. So all I need is a way of getting Dark Magician to the board, and I can turn my end board into either a VFD, double Omni Negate, or one of those, plus the Magician Dragon Knights to protect on my back row as well, and an Eternal Soul. So we're going to do the standard Jet Synchron play. So normal summon Jet Synchron, get rid of Jet Synchron or link it away. Straight into, now if you're going second, you're going to your Relinquish Anima. If you're going first, obviously you're going to go into your Link Grebo. You're then going to use Jet Synchron's effect right here, and what you want to do is you probably want to ditch your Dark Magician because you kind of want that engraved. You're not going to lose anything, you're going to be able to bring it back with Eternal Soul. That will then bring back your Jet Synchron, and you're then going to be able to link these two together. That is then going to get you into your Crystron Halifibrax. Yes, very nice. Halifibrax's effect is going to go off, and that is going to special summon Despot 001 from the deck. Very important that it is Despot 001 because you need your plays to go off. I've got to remember to banish Jet Synchron as well, so give me 2 seconds, shuffle that up. Jet Synchron is now banished, goodbye. You're then going to link these two together as they are both machines, and you're gonna go into your Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon. Now your Auroradon's effect is going to go off to special summon you out 3 tokens to the board. So let me just grab my dice for this one. So there we go, we're going to get token number 1, token number 2, token number 3. There we go. That way. That will then trigger Despot 001's effect engraved to revive itself. Beautiful synergy. And then from this point, of course, what you're going to do is you're going to get rid of your Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon and 1 token, and you're going to special summon out from your deck your O-Lion. Even better. Then what this is going to allow you to do is very, very nicely make your plays for your Garden Maiden. So this is obviously the first port of call that you want to go to. In order to do that, you want to use 1 token plus the Mecha Phantom Beast, and then the token's going to come back, and you're going to go into your Garden Rose Maiden. So the token's going to come back off of the Mecha Phantom Beast effect as well, just so you're not confused as to where we're getting additional tokens from. Then what you're going to do from here is you're going to use your Garden Rose Maiden and your Despot 001, and you're going to go into your beautiful, powerful, and insanely cool Coral Dragon. You're then going to use Coral Dragon as it is a tune-up plus 1 of the tokens, and you're going to go into your Ravenous Crocosaur. Now this is obviously going to allow you to draw 1 card because it was used with a non-tuner, so draw 1 random card. Broken. So that's going to let you draw the 1 random card. Then what you're going to do is you're going to banish, you also draw another one off of Coral Dragon going as well. You're then going to banish your Garden Rose Maiden, you're going to revive your Coral Dragon, you're then going to use Coral Dragon plus the final token, and you're going to go into your Vermilion Dragon Mech. You're then going to overlay these two to make the most oppressive rank 9 in the game, and that is VFD, or True King of All Calamities. There we go, we're going to put him there out of the way. Now, obviously if your board was to end like this, you're absolutely fine, you just set your Eternal Soul. But the 2 cards that we've actually been able to extend off of is exactly what I said at the start. So you can set your Eternal Soul now if you want. You've got no spells in the graveyard to resolve the Dark Magic Inheritance, but what you're going to do is you're going to use Magician Soul's effect, send a spellcaster of level 6 or higher from the deck to the grave. You're going to send a second Dark Magician. Now, it is entirely up to you at this point. If you want more draws, you can send the Dark Magic Inheritance and you can send the Eternal Soul, and then that will allow you to draw 2 cards. But what we're going to do for this purpose only, to protect our back row, is we're actually going to send the souls from the hand to the graveyard to revive the Dark Magician. That will then trigger Dark Magician's, not trigger Dark Magician's effect, sorry. That will then allow us to activate the Eye of Timaeus to turn the Dark Magician into either the Dark Magicians for draw power, or you go into the Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, to protect your back row. Now, because you've got Eternal Soul, you might want to protect it, but if you want to be a bit more defensively and you don't actually want to lose this yet, what you can do is you can hold all of this in your hand, and then turn this into the Dark Magicians, just so you get a bit of draw power during your turn as well, and a bit of a float effect as well from the Dark Magicians if you need it. Obviously, it'll allow you to set the spell. If it's a spell track, you get to set it that turn and then activate that turn as well. So it's entirely up to you on which route you want to go for. If you're going to put your Eternal Soul down, you're going to bring it back. Now, obviously, if you had Circle, I'd probably say this is your best bet. Because we currently don't have Circle, this is probably a better bet because your opponent's not going to do anything, and this will actually let you get a bit of draw power going. You can still set the Eternal Soul, but you do run the risk that if your opponent does anything, you will lose your entire board. But what you would technically do is you would actually only activate this during the end phase. Your opponent's not going to do anything to you right now. There's just no way. VFD is going to shut them down for the turn unless they've opened up Imperm, and then you're better off to have this anyway because then you might have a bit of an additional draw. It really is entirely up to you. So whichever one you choose to go for, obviously Dark Magician and Eye of Timaeus is going to be in the graveyard. You can set the Dark Magic Inheritance if you want, but what you want to do is you actually want to hold on to your Apprentice as well. If you wanted to link Climb higher, you could try and put this into the graveyard, especially on the Apprentice, add the final Dark Magician to your hand. But what you want to do, and this is the most important thing, is you actually want to hold on to Apprentice to either use it as a hand trap to boost your Dark Magicians by 2k, or you want to use it in your next turn to go for the OTK. So just in this example here, what we're going to do is we're going to play through it. So whatever happens, you're going to declare your VFD effect during the standby phase. Pretty much you're going to shut your opponent down. Then from this point on, what you're going to do is they're pretty much not going to be able to do a lot. They'll probably set something, set some back row. If they've got back row, they're going to hit it anyway. Eternal Soul is not activated yet. Then what you want to do is during the end phase, you want to activate Eternal Soul. This will then allow you to revive the Dark Magician in the end phase, and by the end phase, your opponent would have set all of their spells and traps. So if they did have any hate and they held on to it, then this would not go into your next turn. This will then allow you to draw off of the Dark Magicians as well. And we draw into the Tony Spirit Vishuddha, which is absolutely fine because this actually gives us more play during our next turn. So we've done all of this. Because we activated this and accepted during the step, we get to draw one card. If it's a spell track, you get to activate it. If not, you just add it to your hand. If this is destroyed, you special summon both a Dark Magician Gale from your hand or deck and or graveyard. Now, obviously, we're not playing Dark Magician Gale in this build, so you don't have to worry about that at all. So we're going to pass over to our turn. We're going to draw for our turn. Nice. And now what we're going to do from here is, technically because we got this on board, we can get, if we get Tenyi to the graveyard, we're able to target a card our opponent controls and return it to the hand. And we can get it to the graveyard quite nicely and easily with Apprentice. So the way you can work this is your Apprentice can then use her effect to send Vishuddha to the graveyard to summon herself. That will then use her effect to search you out a Dark Magician. So, where are you? The final Dark Magician in the deck. There we go. Then, the only issue is we've got with this one is the only fusion we can actually make is the Dragon Knight, which we can do because what you can do is you turn the Dark Magician and you turn this into your Umduct, or if you want to go a little bit further, you can try and link 3 away, go into your Selene and build your place further forward that way. It's entirely up to you. Then what you can do from here is you can activate Eternal Soul to bring back Dark Magician. So you've used this for this turn. Because we control Vanilla, you can either do this before you make the Umduct or after. You banish the Vishuddha to return one card our opponent controls to the hand. So if they've got a monster that they've set because of under the VFD, you bounce that, whatever you see fit. Then what you do from here is you activate Secrets of Dark Magic, you use Dark Magician plus your Umduct, and you go into the Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. That will then allow us to trigger the Dark Magicians to draw a card. It is a spell, so that's kind of cool. It's not useful right now because we want no other targets, which is absolutely fine. But what we can do is we can play Dark Magic Inheritance, we can banish Secrets, and the Eye of Timaeus, the first one we played. This will then allow us to search out your Dark Magic Circle. We're going to activate this because then this will give us another form of interruptions. There we go, drawing all of this. We're going to excavate the top 3. So we've got Dark Magic Circle, Magician's Rod, and Jet Synchron. So we're going to add the Dark Magic Circle because it's the only target we can, and we're going to put Rod to the top. Not that we really need it right now. Now what you can do from here, technically, if you want to trigger your Dark Magic Circle off, is you contribute 2 off just to trigger the circle. But pretty much, switch to attack, 3k, 3k, 28, 2k. If you want to and you're battling an opponent's monster that's stronger, you can just tag this off and boost this up. But technically you don't need to. Your Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, is protecting all of these. This is going to give you draw power. This is going to lock your opponent down during the next turn as well. So, boom. That is one example. Now, obviously, we did open up the Jet Synchron, which is kind of what makes this version busted. But even if we didn't have that Jet Synchron play, we still would have been able to end on a fusion as well and lock with the Eternal Soul. So it wasn't that bad. Okay, so we're now going to show you the second test hand going first and see how this one goes. So again, after a very decent shuffle, now that we've searched out most of the elements of our deck, and a decent cut as well, our opening hand of 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Broken. So, what do I mean by broken? Well, because we've got the monster, we can ditch it. You don't want to special summon it, but you can if you want to. You can activate your Dark Magic Circle. The one thing that this will do is, if the top 3 cards of your deck are terrible, then you're going to be able to fix your deck with the 1-for-1. Now, obviously, we've got the full Jet Synchron plays. Your other alternative is you hold on to this till the end, and I'll show you why you hold on to this till the end, because you can actually choose the cards that you are going to draw off of your Crocosaur and off of your Coral Dragon. So it really depends on where you want to go with this, but we've got a fairly decent hand right now. You can, and what I would advise is if you wanted to try and bait out an Ash, do Dark Magic Circle, because a lot of people actually go, I'm a little bit scared of that, I might stop it. So anyway, we're going to play the 1-for-1. This is obviously going to give us full Jet Synchron combo as well, and you're pretty much going to do full Jet Synchron combo from here. Now, the one card to discard, in my opinion, would be Eye of Timaeus, because it is the least effective right now. So, ditch the Eye of Timaeus, bring back the Jet Synchron, link these two together to go into the Halifibrax. Halifibrax's effect is going to go off to bring out your Despot 001. Stop me if you've heard this one before. You then can use your Despot 001 and your Halifibrax, remembering to banish the Jet Synchron, and go into your Auroradon. Auroradon is going to give you 3 tokens and revive the Despot 001. You're then going to get rid of Auroradon and 1 token to special summon out your O-Line from deck. This is then going to allow you to sync 1 and the O-Line and go into your Garden Rose Maiden. You're then going to revive the token or get another token off of the O-Line. You're going to sync the Rose and the Despot 001 for your Coral. Now, before you make the next stage or the next step, make sure your deck is severely shuffled. And this is where you want to activate your Dark Magic Circle, because this will guarantee what you want to draw. So, for example, if you don't get to add anything off the circle, then you want to make sure that the 2 cards you are going to draw are going to be incredibly useful to you. So you're getting exterior knowledge or additional knowledge. And that's actually really broken, except for the navigation, but the navigation is quite good as well, because we're going to use the circle to add the navigation back. You're then going to put these to the top of the deck. Doesn't matter the order, because what you're going to do is you're going to sync straight into the Ravenous Crocosaur. You're going to draw 1 off of him, and you're going to draw 1 off of Coral. This actually gives you more draws as well, which is beautiful. You're then going to banish your Garden Rose Maiden, bring back your Coral Dragon, sync your Coral Dragon with your final token to go into your Vermilion Dragon Mech. You're then going to overlay both of these to make the most oppressive rank 9 in the game, and that is True King of All Calamities, or VFD. Now, for the remainder of these cards, you've actually got a lot to play with. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Magician's Soul's effect. We're going to send a Dark Magician for cost to the graveyard. The only thing that makes this hand better is if we got a rod, but we can still get the rod off of the draws for Magician's Souls. Now, in this scenario, we're going to shuffle this up. Putting the navigations to the graveyard is very, very important. So technically, you actually want to summon the souls, because we're going to send both of these to the graveyard to draw 2. 1, 2. Broken! What this now allows us to do is, if we shotgun the Eternal Soul during the standby phase, or some way of getting Dark Magician back to the board without having to use Eternal Soul to put us at risk, he can then banish and protect the board, because he can banish the navigation, which is nice. So what we're going to do from here is you're going to normal summon the Magician's Rod, use that effect, and add pretty much anything you want. So you could technically add Secrets of Dark Magic, but that is only going to be useful if we can get a Dark Magician to the board. And at this moment in time, sadly, we can't, because we chose to go with the draws. And I think the draws, in my opinion, were the better option. So what you can do is you can add a Dark Magic Circle, you can add a second Eternal Soul, entirely up to you. But what I'm going to add is the Soul Servant, because it gives me a bit of recurrence, and I can actually trigger it during my opponent's turn and stack the card that I wish to draw next turn. So what we're going to do here is we're going to activate Soul Servant, and we're going to stack our deck. What would I like to stack? I could stack an Apprentice. Whatever I stack, I'm going to draw. So actually, that is exactly what we want to do. So I don't actually want to add this. This is a better play. So sorry, I've only just seen this one. So you'd add Secrets of Dark Magic off of Rod rather than Soul Servant, because you don't need 2 of those right now. Let me just double check. Oh no, it does need Dark Magician Girl. So yeah, not a better play. But basically what this can do is you'd put the Apprentice to the top of the deck with the Soul Servant. You banish the Soul Servant because you've got Dark Magician engraved and draw 1 card. So it will draw you the Apprentice. Now the difference between this is what you can do is you can set the Secret, set the Eternal Soul, or you can ditch one of these cards off of the Apprentice. Entirely up to you, but if you hold this, you've got a nice little hand trap in your hand. Then what you can do is you can link these 2 together. And what this will allow you to do is you can pretty much go into any link 2 you desire, IP Masquerena, or if you want to boost this by 500 and you want to play Wee Witch, you can play Wee Witch. Entirely up to you, or you leave it exactly as it is. The only thing that I would advise you to do is probably get rid of your Magician's Soul to bring back your Link Rebo, and then that will allow you to protect all of this from an attack as well. Entirely up to you on how you want to see that resolve. Then what you can do is you can pass your opponent's turn, and then during your opponent's standby phase, you'd shotgun Eternal Soul. This is the only way to protect you. Obviously, if they do hit you with a Twin Twister MST, anything like that, you are in a bit of trouble, but you could still then get the VFD play locked down. But basically what you do by shotgunning the Eternal Soul is you bring Dark Magician back, which allows you to trigger the navigation in the graveyard, so that should your opponent want to play an Imperm or anything like that, and they don't see that play, then you're going to be able to turn it off, and like an evenly matched as well. Very, very important to turn that off. Then what you can do, and again I would advise this during the end phase, is you can trigger Secrets of Dark Magic. You'd use Dark Magician and the Magician's Rod and put these into the Dark Magicians. And then as long as you can trigger another spell or trap, or if you can trigger another spell or trap, you then get a draw off of this as well. So it's entirely up to you on where you want to go from here. If you were to hold back a little bit on the Eternal Soul and not fear the back row or evenly matched or Imperm, then you'd play it a little bit differently. But this, from this example, just shows you've got damage protection. You've also got the draw for your next turn when you activate Circle or Eternal Soul. And then that just lets you extend a little bit further because you're going to draw for your turn. You can activate Eternal Soul, bring back your Dark Magician. Circle will trigger to banish a card. This will then trigger this to draw 1. And then set it and activate it, which is Circle. So our top 3 are Eternal Soul, Eye of Timaeus. Why are you not searchable, Eye of Timaeus? I don't know. We're going to add the Eternal Soul. You can play the Dark Magic Inheritance if you want to, entirely up to you. Or you're going to go Illusion, send Inheritance, or send Eternal Soul. It doesn't really matter which one you do. Add a second Dark Magician to your hand. And then what this is going to allow you to do, which is really cool, I love this, is Link Rebo, plus your Apprentice, plus your Dark Magician. Go into, well, you can go to Selene if you want to, or you can go BLS. Really doesn't matter. The reason you'd go Selene is Selene could then allow you to revive the Dark Magician, and then if you've got additional plays from there, you can go a little bit further. So it really depends on where you want to go, but just by switching this to attack, keeping the last board that you had, you've got game. So, boom, power, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Okie dokie, now let's start going second. Let's show you the aggressive half of the Jet Synchron play. Now, the way that kind of works is you just really don't rely on your hand. You can just absolutely dump it. And then the best thing about this, where the synergy comes in that a lot of people miss, is the Satellite Synchron gives you easier access to the Vermilion Mech and the Crocosaur, and gives you more aggressive go second plays. It also gives you the ability to turn Rod with Jet Synchron into Herald, and Dark Magician with Jet Synchron into Savage or Skylight. It really depends on how you want to approach it. So it does give you a lot more plays than just standard, ooh, Jet Synchron play. The synergy then comes in with it with the Satellite, and then the Jets being able to give you access to generic rank level 8 synchros and level 4 synchros, best of all being Herald, of course. So after a very decent shuffle and a good old cut, our third test hand, and our first going second will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, what more do you want me to say about this? We've pretty much got everything we need. And what this now gives Dark Magician is it gives them an OTK play, because in the past Dark Magician would need so much to get going for an OTK play, whereas really just between these two cards right here you've got that play, and it's absolutely crazy. So you can try and bait out Ashes, you can try and bait out hand traps, you can try and use Apprentice to do that. You can also try and use Souls to do that as well. Entirely up to you. But what we're going to want to go here is we're going to play it a little bit safe, because what you want to make sure you don't lose is you want to make sure that you don't draw into your O-line. That's your biggest Achilles heel right now. Even if we did, we still have normal plays, but you kind of want to make sure that you do it correctly. So we're going to go straight for tuning, going for the Jet Synchron. Shuffle this up. Now, because we're going for the OTK play, the draw I'm going to get, circle, that's fine. The draw I'm going to get off of, I'm going to go for the draws off of Souls. Later I can ditch the Eternal Soul. So you're going to go Jet, or normal summon the Jet, do the full combo, bring this back by ditching Eternal Soul right now. It's of no use to us because I'm going for the kill. I know it's not rare that you hear Dark Magicians go, first turn, go for the kill, but you can actually do it now. Halley Firebrax. Guess what that's going to do? That's what 001. Guess what that's going to do? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, as if you've seen this every single time. Mecha Fan of Beast, Aurora Dawn. Boom, boom, boom. 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 Don't know why there's a lot of booming, but you know. Boom. Revive the Synchron. Now, obviously, if you want to go more aggression, you can do, but we're going to go more aggression just by losing our hand. Like, that's pretty much what we're going for. My inboard is actually going to be 2 Synchrons plus a Dark Magician Fusion. So I'm not even going to use the draws off the Souls. I'm just going to use it to get me Dark Magician to the hand. So, we're then going to use Garden Rose. We're going to go into Coral. Now, at this point, you're going to use Coral as a fair because you're just going to try and poke stuff away. Secrets of Dark Magic needs too many materials right now, where I have Tomice can just cover that anyway. So ditch that, boom, pop a card. Sync, let's get rid of that. We're going to go into this. Should probably shuffle the deck up because we're going to replenish our hand. Now, if you want to use Crocosaur, you can do. We're going to draw 1 off of Croc and we're going to draw 1 off of Coral. Broken, hello. We're then going to use Garden Rose, bring this up here. We're then going to use Dark Magic Circle, excavate top 3, Dark Magician, broken. Then go back to the top. It doesn't matter because we're going to pretty much shuffle our deck right now. And then what you kind of want to do here is, because you've got the hand advantage, you don't really want to destroy anything right now. Or you don't need to, because what we're going to try and do is we're going to get Dark Magician to banish 1 as well. So now that we've ended up with this particular board. So, if we go Soul Servant and we actually stack a... haven't used... yeah, we did. We used Jet Synchron on normal. If we stack a... I mean, we've pretty much gone through everything, so it doesn't really matter too much what we stack. Suppose another... I mean, Magician's Rod is good for further on plays if you want to. Otherwise, you add a Spell and Trap if you plan to ditch Souls. The idea is that whatever you stack, you're going to be able to draw into. Actually, I should just save that Souls. I did that Souls wrong. Telling you I don't really want to stack anything. You don't need to, because the random draw is going to be better than the stack right now because we've gone through everything. So you've got a couple of options here. You could go Apprentice to ditch the Dark Magician, or you just go pretty much Magician Souls. So we haven't used the Synchro up yet, so don't worry about that. Pretty much the Magician Souls to send Dark Magician. Now she summons, what do I get? Not a lot. We're going Aggression, so let's go Aggression. Bring back the Dark Magician. Banish the Soul Servant because we now control Dark Magician. Draw 1. Rod. This will then trigger Circle, or at some point we would have triggered Circle to banish 1 card our opponent controls. Then what you can do is you can use Coral plus this and go into your Vermilion. And what a lot of people don't realise about Vermilion, it is not just fodder for VFD. So you can banish one tuner from your hand, field or graveyard, target one card on the field, destroy it. So we're going to be able to banish, boom, banish our Despot 001, pop, done. And then from here, like again, just to be more aggressive, you can go Apprentice, Ditch Rod, Summon herself, add the final Dark Magician to the hand. Activate Eye of Timaeus, turn Dark Magician into the Dragon Knight because it's just more powerful. And then you've kept 2 in hand, so your Crocosaur is on 2k, 27, 3k, 2k. Boom, do enough damage. If by somehow your opponent does survive, you just go like that. Obviously, if you were to do that, you'd probably keep Rod there. So you'd have to make sure that, and use Dark Magician as one of the ditch. As long as you've got 2 cards in the hand, this just gives you future plays. And that's literally it. You've just got to keep that in mind of, is my board strong enough to OTK? You've banished 1 and you've popped 2. So you've cleared 3 cards off the board. If you wanted to clear 1 more off, let's say you had game, but they had 2 cards or a card standing in your way, you just go, all right, Crocosaur for 1,000 attack, ditch these 2, clear it off, and then you got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, and then 8, 7 there. So you would have had game anyway just by ditching those 2. So you can see the aggression behind it. Another route is that you can go Selene, you can go into oh, hello. You can go into Savage Dragon, not Savage Dragon, sorry. Scarlet, Red Dragon Archfiend. It really depends on which route you want to go for. But to be honest, VFD is just too strong. Like, beyond strong. Like, if I've said this many a times, but if you're saying to me, hey, you can have double Omni Negate or a card that doesn't let your opponent play, I mean, to me, there's no other alternative. You're just not going to let your opponent play. Simple as that. Anyway. Another decent shuffle and a good old cut. I'm going to do our final test hand going second. There we go. So, after shuffling up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No! If that wasn't O-line, this hand would have been broken. Absolutely broken. Okay, this is a very interesting hand. Very, very interesting hand. Where can I go from here? Actually, no, I think I'm fine. I think Satellite Synchron actually saves this. Okay, let's see if this works. So we'll go Jet Synchron. Do the whole shenanigans again. Ditch O-line. Get the token early to bring back the Jet. Link these together. Go into Halley Firebrax. Bring out Despot 001. Link these 2 together. Go into Auroradon. Auroradon gives us another token. I've got to think this one through very, very carefully, because now technically our whole board is cleared, so I can't use Satellite Synchron right now. But you use Auroradon plus 1 token. No, so you don't even do that. So you've got the 2 tokens. So 3. Oh, this is difficult. So these are all 3. So I've got 6. I've got a 7 play there. Or you don't take the O-line token. So I've got I can make a 4, but then that doesn't take me anywhere else. I mean, I've got the Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon can use this effect to pop cards. But it still needs that extra tuner on board. Alright, so let's say I don't take the O-line combo, the O-line token and get the Satellite Synchron. This then gives me that level 2 tuner. So this allows me to do the exact same play. I just lose a token. But if I can't, actually no, I don't lose a token because I don't need to destroy it. Ooh, with Sorare, when it's actually like when you're actually seeing it, it's a little bit different. But this gives you full combo anyway, so ignore me completely. So you use 1 token plus the Satellite. That gives you the Garden Rose Maiden. You're then going to use Despot 001 Garden Rose Maiden, and you're going to go into the Coral. Coral can then use his effect if you want to pop a card, depends on where you want to go from here. Alternatively, then what you're going to do is you're going to use Coral plus 1 token to go into a Crocosaur. You're going to draw 2. You're then going to banish your Garden Rose Maiden. You're going to bring back this. Now you can use Coral Dragon because you've now got double tunings, which are of no use to you. So you can ditch both of those. Or you keep them in hand, really to keep the attack on this, really up to you. Then what you can do is you can use this Coral Dragon plus a token, go into your Vermilion. Vermilion can banish a tuner, so it can banish that of the Despot 001. Pop a card as well. So not very Dark Magician-like, but still kind of good. Now if I want to, I can tribute up to 3 monsters and then apply the effect. So I don't really want to add a trap from my graveyard, there's no point on that. But just by tributing 1, I get to pop a card as well. So right now, my Crocosaur is on 3,500. Vermilion is on 27. And my Auroradon is on 21. Now if I want to, my Auroradon contribute 1 to pop 1. Is it just a card? No, 3 monsters. I was going to say, if it's just a card, broken. These cards aren't going to be doing anything for me right now, apart from getting the excavations. Like, the excavations could be good, but there's not really anything that I could excavate that makes me go broken. So, we'll add the jet. There we go. And we're going to excavate 1. Soul Servant. It's not bad if I can get a Dark Magician. I mean, if we'll activate the second tuning. If this excavates the Dark Magician, I think I can activate the second tuning. Yeah, there you go. If this excavates the Dark Magician, then broken. But yeah, this is just a weird scenario to be in. Excavate 1. Navigation, not bad. So I could have actually kept O-line in hand. Either way, I'm getting sidetracked. It's just a weird scenario to be in front of you of. Anyway, so we've got 3,500 on the Crocosaur, attack. 27 off the Vermilion Mech, attack. And 21 off of the Auroradon, attack. Auroradon can then choose to treat itself to pop 1 card our opponent controls. We've also got the quick effect on this if we want to. So if we want to pop more cards, you ditch 2. Clear that off. You can then set this and you're still going to be able to put them under the oppression of the VFD as well. I mean, very, very weird hand. And literally this is kind of what happens when you open up O-Line. This Synchro engine falls apart, which is the biggest Achilles heel of it. But if you don't, and you get to your Jet Synchron, which you're playing 6 copies of, it's broken. Technically 7 copies if you include 1 for 1. It's absolutely broken. Anyway, I hope you guys kind of like this video. I am going to try and do some more for this. I am going to be updating Dark Magician as well. Please let me know what you think of the new intro video for this particular style of video. Obviously, it is inspired by Winter Kills. I think his cinematography behind his introductions are absolutely insane. And I was like, all right, let me try and, I want to try and adapt. I want to try and make the quality better for you guys as well. For now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. Visit Venom Battle Gear, where you can pick up your very own limited edition print of our Yugi mat with Dark Magician, Dark Magician Girl, and Dark Magician of Chaos. Artwork is exclusively designed by Nixie Arts as well, so check out her link in the Instagram below. Pick it up for shipping worldwide.